Ooh, might make your head blow off.
Hey yo, it's a talk show host, Kana Lassiter. Join me for an episode of Relations, the most lit hour of adult conversation.
Hold up, you know you can't forget about me. It's 51 Spade, Alpha Male G-O-D, one half of Relations. You wanna hear the truth? Can you handle the truth? It's where it's at, baby. It's where it's at, baby.
What's good? Welcome to an all-new episode of Relations. My name is Kana Lassiter.
Say it with me now. Alpha Male G-O-D, 51 Spade, the ninja you love to hate. I'm in the building.
You know how we do it. We have 2 topics in 1 hour, so let's jump in. Our first topic today is the choices and expectations of modern women. And is the truth damaging? 2 interesting topics. Let's jump right into the expectations and choices of modern women. Modern women has been like the subject of many conversations among podcasters. And I think it's because we are in slab dab in the middle of what people call the Me Too movement.
The gender war.
We're in the middle of a gender. Oh, for sure. And then that's not even only like men and women. That's like men, women, transgender. It's just crazy right now. What you should say, what you shouldn't say, what you should expect, the choices you make. It's all on the table to be discussed. So we're gonna dig right in. One subject in particular among the modern women conversation is the choice to choose life without a man. Mm-hmm. Like, I make all the money. Mm-hmm. I can do this by myself if, in fact, a man can't match or be above what I already have. Because if he's my equal or below, I don't really need to do it with him. Mm-hmm. And that is the ideology behind the modern woman, is I can do all this by myself. Mm-hmm. And you really can't say that I'm not proud that women are in a different tax bracket. That makes me very happy. But what I think the modern woman can contribute is that paycheck to a traditional household. The part about the modern woman being financially stable, that's great. Because back in the old days, had Hattie been able to sell her pies.
Hattie?
Yeah, that's an old school name, right?
Okay.
Because modern women are always being compared to old school women, traditional, how your grandma used to do it. Right. So that's why I'm using the term Hattie. Mm-hmm. If Hattie would have been able to market her sweet potato pies and become a millionaire, her husband wouldn't have a problem with that, as long as there was still 3 square meals a day. Mm-hmm. The kids still had their bath time at 7. Mm-hmm. She was still going over their homework. She was still keeping the traditional values in check. So modern women want us to believe that the problem is they make more money. No, it's your attitude, because you can make all the money in the world. Just put it in the pot.
Partly though. They say that there's not enough men available on the market, in the open market, because you tend to say this too from time to time. But some of the biggest complaints would be, just like you were saying, they grandmother or mama didn't have to, they put up with it just because they didn't have the opportunity or money, quote unquote, to put up with some of the things that Papa did. So if he had like another family cheating, I'm gonna bring the shit all full circle. And they saying like, what did they get out of that? They didn't get anything out of it. But they was getting married and y'all not getting married. So they got something out of it. Now, whether it's equal or if that's what a woman want, that's what you would have to decide. Like, I'm not mad at anybody financial gain. And if you want to die alone, get a dog, get a cat, alligator, one of the two, I'm not mad at any of that. But the complaining is something that I really have a problem with more than anything, because they complain about it not being good men, but some of the women that even make that money that are career driven, they just don't know how to talk to men. They don't know anything about a man. And even if a man, like they saying like they either want a man equal to them or above them, but they don't know how or what a man wants, and not how to be. I'm not even going to use the word submissive, cooperative with a man. They don't know how to cooperate. So the biggest issue to me is that because they don't know how to cooperate, that's what you're gonna run into. Like, I'm not mad at some of the things that are going on. Like, that's a whole another bag you would jump into when you're talking about that. But now, if you're saying like where a man at, and then we have kids that we're raising on our own. I'm a single woman, and I don't know about getting married, but I want to have babies, and I'm trying to figure out, for me, how did we get to there shouldn't be a 2-parent household. I'm woman, hear me roar, I make enough money so I can raise this child by myself. This is where we at.
Yeah, I think it's a big, big, big mistake. I think it's choosing trauma. It's choosing trauma for your child. That is one of the worst decisions I've ever heard modern women make. Is to, hey, I don't want to get married. I'm a non-traditionalist, but I want to have a baby. Well, I guess a baby could have 2 parents that are the same sex. I've seen it happen. Mm-hmm. I guess you could have a best friend that steps in and plays the part of a father. Anybody can take that role. So, and I'm sure there are women out there that are smart enough to take those steps, and so that would be the rebuttal for me. Mm-hmm. Is, hey, I'm rich, I got artificially inseminated, I got pregnant, and my best friend Bo is going to be the father to my child.
Bo, girl or woman?
Bo could be either or, but if it's a guy, then it would look pretty traditional to a baby. All right, is what I'm saying.
All right, so
if I'm playing devil's advocate.
So let me ask you this, okay? Some of the modern women complaint is that they're not enough available men out here. Mm-hmm. How do you think we get available men?
Okay, so if the modern woman is complaining about there not being available men, either she's not putting herself out there where the available men are, or she's there where they are and she's turning them off. And if you are someone who has labeled yourself independent or modern, then 9 times out of 10 there's something about your character, your behavior, the way you carry yourself, that is just the available men aren't choosing you. Yeah, they're not picking you.
Yeah, you're masculine. You a man. I ain't never saw no man that want another man. That's a real man. That's basically what it boiled down to, masculine. Because if I'm around a woman, I'm just gonna speak for me. If I'm around a woman, I meet a woman in the bar. Okay. I meet a woman in the bar, and she's matching my energy. What makes you think I want to fuck you? What makes you think that I want to take you home? I'm just saying. Like, it's not like I don't mind a woman make more money than me. Like, if a woman told me, like, I make a bunch of money, that's not turning me off. But your masculine energy is what's going to turn me the fuck off. Mm-hmm. Because you're saying shit a man would say. You're doing shit a man would do. Mm-hmm. Like, the shit that men get accused of. Like, men always measuring their dicks. How I'm measuring my dick with your clit is the real question. Because that's what the fuck is going on.
When I think about a masculine woman, I'm not, because I don't want to confuse the audience, so I'm going to be descriptive of what you might be talking about. Mm-hmm. Because we're not talking about someone who's presenting themselves like, I don't want to use the wrong word, but someone who wants you to think she's a man or wants you for a homeboy. She looks like a lady. Mm-hmm. She dresses like a lady. Mm-hmm. It's just that the first part about a modern woman and that aggressiveness is the demand. I don't like this. Mm-hmm. And I don't like this.
You want me to give you some
masculine women? And I'm not going to deal with that.
You want me to give you some masculine women?
Go ahead.
Gabrielle Union is masculine. That's a
looks like a lady, smells like a lady, dresses like a lady, but just from her energy, she wears the pants in her house.
Exactly. So what makes you think I want that type of energy? Taraji. What makes you think I want that type of energy? I'm just giving like...
You think Taraji is you think that? I thought maybe she might be submissive.
She got a man?
No.
That's the key thing that you always got to look at, because they choose beta males. They
do.
choose.
You can look at who they pick.
They choose men that they can stomp on and follow my lead. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like sports like anybody else. Dwayne Wade. Let's talk about Dwayne Wade. He's beta. He's being led by Gabrielle Union. You know what I'm saying? He wears skirts from time to time.
But this is
Satchels,
the thing.
purses,
is the thing.
Whatever.
I heard you say that everybody has a yin and a yang, and for sure, Dwayne Wade was all man on the court of basketball. Let me finish.
Correct.
So what we knew, this is why we know he's beta for sure. That's all we knew is in the sport, he was aggressive up and down the court. But personally, when we saw him off the court, you couldn't describe him at all. You didn't have a word to describe his personality. Now that he's with her, it seems like now he has a fashion sense. He's on the red carpet. He's doing things. He's outspoken. Now, if you ask me about Dwayne Wade, the last thing I might think about is basketball. I'm thinking about, that's Gabrielle Union's husband. He has a transgender.
And there you go, right there.
You know, the conversation is completely different.
But that's the problem right there.
But he would say that she made him better is what I was getting to. Yeah. Because before, we only knew him as a ball player. And that might be good for some people. And people actually make those choices. I don't want the world to know me personally. But maybe this is the part of his life that was missing. He wants to live out loud. And maybe it takes a woman to bring that out of him. So, I'm just saying that I get it. I get it.
I get it too. But I'm going to also, you riddle me this. Apples don't fall that far from the tree. You take him and then take his son, Shem, whatever she is. Because I don't know the correct pronouns. I ain't saying anything bad. So don't get it twisted. But what I'm saying is they typically not that far from the tree. It's DNA that typically it didn't come from nowhere that wanted to be a girl.
You feel like this makes sense.
Yeah.
Somehow.
It made sense. It made sense immediately. If you, and not even trying to be funny, because I'm a Lakers fan the whole nine. Magic Johnson, look at his son.
Yeah.
And it's always been questionability about Magic.
Yeah.
Then look at his son.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the reason I'm bringing this full circle, why does this matter? I'm bringing this full circle because when that type of shit happens, that's what's being birthed. And then women out here saying, well, where the real men at? Where the real men at? Where the real men at? If you don't see or be around masculine energy, you start becoming what I call a sissy. And anybody would call
soft. I would just say soft.
You could say soft.
Because if you're trying to be politically correct.
I'm not trying to be politically correct.
I know you're not. I am. So I would say that to reach more people.
I got you.
So that they can understand what you're trying to say. Because I think I understand what you're trying to say. You're not trying to be funny.
I'm not.
But you're trying to say that there's a clear difference between you clear difference between Kobe Bryant and fucking Dwayne Wade. He's soft.
But the message behind what I'm really saying is, at the end of the day, the independence, female, modern woman, this is what they're trying to raise.
This is the result. This is what they do birth.
Yeah, this is
absolutely.
This is
where the trauma begins.
This is what you're raising.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I believe that going against the laws of nature is basically what I'm saying. Going against the laws of nature, this is the type of shit that'll end up happening. Women looking for a real man. But you in a household of a woman raising a little boy where a woman can't raise a man. I'm not saying that men that's raised by women can't become a man. But 9 times out of 10, those men that just have a mama, they also have the streets. They also have an uncle. They also have masculine energy that they around. And if you take that away, that is the result of, hey, I want to wear a skirt. Like
I'm not sure whether I want to be a girl or a boy.
I give you an example. You know what I'm saying? When my son was young, like most kids, rummaging around in your room, doing shit, this and that, he put on his mama dress. Not knowing any better, he had to be about 4, 5. Snatched him right out of it. That's me. His mama. he's just playing around. No, we don't play like that. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the difference between a man and a woman. Woman ready to let shit fly. Let him put on heels. Oh, he's so cute. A man is not. A little boy ain't cute in heels or trying on your dress. If you don't correct it, then it is never going to be corrected, and they think it's okay.
The modern woman definitely does.
Exactly.
The modern mom.
And that's what I'm saying.
There are a lot of things, and this is going to be really interesting to teachers or people that work with kids. There are a lot of things coming down that they have to actually take off. They can't use boy or girl anymore. That's actually coming down into schools that they have to take those, what are they called, pronouns? They have to take those away. Because they don't want to offend a little boy who identifies with being a girl.
Gotcha.
And they don't want to offend a little girl who identifies with being a little boy. And you know, even though this is not the topic of the show, and we're
it's intertwined.
It is intertwined. I did saw a really interesting HBO special. And I mean, the parents came on first and interviewed and said, look, neither one of us are homosexual. Mm-hmm. We have other kids who are completely fine. Mm-hmm. Our girls are girls and our boys are boys. Mm-hmm. But this one particular baby that was born a girl identifies with being a boy. And she's a baby. She's old enough to talk and say what she wants and what she feels. And she has been trying to convince her parents since she could talk that she is a boy. Mommy, I'm not a girl. I'm a boy. I'm a boy. I'm a boy. And you have this little girl telling her parents that every single day and not having panic attacks when she goes to put on a dress. You have these modern people, I'll say, because this was a mom and a dad, not just a modern woman, who want to identify what their children are going through. And I think that is a part of their decision. Yes, it has everything to do with them modern independent woman, because that's a part of our topic. Right. But it also has to do with just trying to identify with the younger generation. The gender lines now, even when you look at TV, is blurred. Our guys are very stick thin, frail. They wear piercings in their face. They have colored hair. Their nails are painted. They're doing a lot of feminine things. And they're not even saying that, hey, I'm one thing or another. They're just saying it's okay for me to be a man and be stick thin and for me to have a nose piercing and to have blue hair and black fingernails. Those are all very feminine things that we're getting from someone who identifies with being masculine.
Gotcha. And that's also law. Because this in America, when people want to change shit, they do it through two ways: religion and law. That's how you change shit. Like, at the end of the day, I understand perfectly what you're saying is that story, but they protected by law. Like right now, if you offend a homosexual, say the words of this and that, it's coming boiling down to a law. And those kids that have been harassed and those parents that come out, hey, I applaud that. I'm not trying to take anything away from anybody, but I can tell you a story too. Where's that shit for black people? Because guess what? At the end of the day, I'm black. And I don't identify with the word nigga, but I was called one when I was young. And this is the thing that goes on with that. Like, I was on a school bus. I'm going to tell the story real quick. I was on a school bus. There was a white boy behind me because I was bused to school. I went to a predominantly all black school, but I was bused to school. White boy behind me called me a mud monkey and a nigga. Never forget it. I was probably like 8, 9, probably 10, somewhere around there. The masculine energy that I used to get from my dad used to show me like how you approach stuff as a man. He told me to turn around, mud monkey, nigga, sit your ass down. And I got up and got behind him and I slapped him all the way till we got to school. His head met that glass every time. Every time he tried to get up, I pulled him back down. Because if I'm such a nigga, then stop this nigga. Because he couldn't. And I slapped him all the way there. He went to the principal, vice principal probably at that time, and told him. That's what I did. They came to me, said, look at the side of his face. And he was white, so he was purple on one side of his face. And they was like, they said he slapped. And I said, I did. And I do it again. Because he called me a nigga and a mud monkey. And nobody would disrespect me like that. Where was my law being protected back then? Because I don't identify with nigga. I get people don't identify with faggot, sissy, this and that, but they got laws that protect that. And that's the moral of that story right there. So modern women don't think about stuff like that can happen. You might want to raise your child, but you can't protect your child on no school bus or school shootings or any of this shit that go on, because that's outside of your house. These laws are in place, but the ignorance of people will always be there.
Yeah, it will. It will. And you know what? The presence of a man, I mean, I think it rang very true when you said, I remembered at that moment the masculine energy at my house.
Yeah.
And how my daddy would have handled this situation. And in that moment, you probably grew yourself up about 5 years. I don't know how old you were, but you grew up that moment.
I'm probably 8 or 10. But at the end of the day, like, my dad, and don't get it twisted, my dad wasn't like a let's play ball, let's play catch. But what I'm saying is, I saw how he handled situations from a man, and little boys need that. He didn't come to me and was like, well, this is how you do it. I saw it. I saw it with my own 2 fucking eyes. So I'm not going to let someone disrespect me, because the very first thing he would have said to me is, what did you do about it? The flip side of that is a woman ain't going to do that. A woman going to go to the school and get his ass whooped more, because that's considered snitching. She going to go to the school thinking she doing some right. And once the kids find out that happened, he's gonna get ostracized, picked on, and then that's how you have bullies and all that type of shit, social bullying, and people and kids that's killing themselves and shit like that. Like, it's just as simple as I'm an independent woman and I can raise my kid, this and that. Like, you can't protect them for the world. The world is the world.
Yeah. And these are some of the choices that independent women make, or the choices that modern women make. Let's talk about some of the expectations that they have.
Okay.
The expectation of finding a man to finance your operation, that placing the value on how, if he's able to finance your operation, is one of the expectations that women have, that they have to make, I think, 3 times.
2 times.
2 times their income. So basically, if the woman is at $90,000 a year, then the guy has to make 2 times that income. I think 9 times 3, that's $270,000 that he has to make to even get her attention. Otherwise, she'll do what we were just talking about. Becoming completely independent of a man, having kids of her own, raising her kids, and having her best friend Bo as her baby dad.
Well, what you're talking about is, most women say, hey, I can do bad.
All by myself.
All by myself.
Yes.
So if I'm making the amount of money and then a man can't match what I'm making, then I just might as well stay by myself. Well, I agree with that. Get your dog, get your cat, alligator. You know what I'm
dog,
saying?
cat, alligator.
Yeah, whatever it is that you want. An average man makes about $56,000 a year. A woman actually makes less than that. You know, I think it's around 47.
48.
Yeah, okay, there you go, 48. But my thing that's tripping me out is the expectation. If you make 48, and then you want a man to make 90,000, 100,000, what makes you feel that you deserve that? Because some of the things that a modern woman also is expecting is, they want that man to make that much, and then the expectation go with, you don't want him to cheat, you don't want him to have extra money, you want to have,
and you want to stay at home,
you want to have babies,
yeah,
and you want to stay at home.
Right.
Well, a man has options, because he's in that small percentage of what you want, and he gonna do what he want. And that's life just in general. Like, everything isn't fair. You can't have like one thing without the other.
And this is what you don't want to say. It was so much easier to say you can't have it all. But we can't say that.
Yes, you can.
We can. Well, but isn't it interesting that you didn't choose those simple words?
But you need it. But
it's real interesting that you, even yourself, unconsciously, even though that is the easier phrase, you didn't use it. Why?
No, it wasn't even about that. It's
such a more easier statement. It's just that you are programmed not to be that, what would the word be? Evil? You can't look at a person and say, listen, bitch, you can't have it all. The only person I've heard say that is one podcaster, and he caught hell because it sounds bad.
Well, I'll say
and you don't
this.
want to tell people that they can't have
But
it all when they can. If their best foot forward.
But if someone that asks, if a woman was to ask me that, because we do run into women just from doing a show about relations, and I have told women that are career driven, they nurses, they have a career, they make money. Why can't I find a man, Spade, that I just want him to be this way? Hey, at the end of the day, you can't have it all, because look at some of the things you have. You got 4 kids. You're divorced. You in your late 30s going into your 40s. Why would a man choose you on your way of 40 years old with all this baggage instead of choosing a 20-year-old? I'm trying to, and for some strange reason, she thought that. And she ain't the only fucking one. And it's only in America that that you think that shit. Know why? Because of what I just said. We in America, and this free will thinking have motherfuckers in la la land. I say this shit day in and day out about women being delusional. Motherfuckers be like, you tripping, Spade, you tripping. But it's only the women that's saying I'm tripping. It's
you know
not
why,
men,
though?
It's not men that's saying I'm tripping. Men are tired because trying to tell a woman what they can't do, it's also falling into what you were just talking about a few minutes ago. A young boy feels like they're a woman, so we're expected to be like, well, they feel like they're a woman. This is that.
Yes.
But yeah, but I also be like, hey, you want to go down that road? Go down that road. I just said before you switched this to expectation. I said, well, you want to, hey, you can have whatever you want. More than likely, you ain't gonna get it. You want a dog, cat, or alligator? I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, women know their time is running out. You know, that's why they scrambling.
Okay, but listen, this is the thing. Okay, because I'm a woman.
What's the thing?
You're absolutely right. If you are sitting in your misery and you're like, Lord, why can't I find a man? Why? Then, okay, these are the things that you have to write down about yourself that might be a turnoff. It's okay. It's just keeping it G. And I'm saying that for my ladies that are listening. It's okay. You cannot give back your children. So let's get over it. Ain't no need to cry about it now. You got babies, okay? You can't do shit about your age, and you can't do shit about being married and divorced already. But you have to put yourself in the category with other people where that's all right. And then you won't be so disappointed. So you go date people with kids. You go date your kind. Swim in your pond so that you don't keep getting disappointed. It's going after the people who are completely out of your league and then wondering why you're not catching fish or you're not catching good fish, because you are going after the guy that has way too many options. He doesn't have any babies. He's never been married. He's, fucking 6 foot tall and fucking 170-pound muscle. Why would he write? Why would he choose you? It's okay. And you know what? That sounds mean. No matter how I say it. And I'm not even trying to be mean, but the person on the other side of this camera that feels that way about themselves, that has the 4 kids, that has all this stuff going on, they're feeling like, damn, that's really fucked up that they're saying, I can't have it all and I can't have who I want. You can, but you got to go to the gym. You can, but you got to hurry up and grow the kids up and get them off to college. There are things that you have to do, so it just might not be your time for that prize guy. You have to do certain things to make yourself more attractive to that prize guy. So maybe this conversation is about not what you say, but how you say it. It doesn't feel good. That's why it's an issue. You wouldn't even tell your daughter that she can't have it all, even though you want to be real with her. It would be touching the wings of a butterfly. They say once you touch the wings of a butterfly, they never fly the same. So once you taint a person and convince them and tell them what they can't have, you're ruining the ambition. You're ruining the drive. You're fucking up the fantasy that might actually be putting gas in the tank. And I think that's the issue.
But guess who's telling them that shit? Guess who's telling them that shit? Guess. Just take a wild guess. Let me see what you come up with.
Who's telling their daughters that they can fly?
Yeah.
Their mommies.
Exactly. Daddies tell the truth. Mamas tell bullshit. They tell them bullshit. I have a daughter, and not one fucking time have I told my daughter she can have it all. Not one time.
Straight up.
Your mama sitting there telling you that bullshit. You can have it all. What world we in? I can't have it all. My dad told me I can't have it all. He can tell me that I'm smart. He can tell me I can go to school. He can tell me to create my own path. But he's not finna tell me I can have it all. There's some motherfuckers like I joke about the shit. Like really at the end of the day, we did an episode not too far back and I'm asking women like, do y'all think all men just get an abundant amount of pussy? Some women be like, yeah. And that is not fucking true. It's some motherfuckers who can't get off 2 hands because they lack getting pussy. And the motherfuckers that do, that don't look like they got an extreme abundance amount of money. And they in a different bracket and fucking different bracket of bitches. And this is reality for men. So this is why men go for sports, entertainment, that type of shit. Because we are so realistic to know that, well shit, I ain't gonna get the baddest bitch on the planet with gifted gab. I need some shit that go with this. But not a woman. A woman could be 5'8", dress size 16, talking about I want a 6-figure man. This makes no sense to nobody on the planet. And none of your friends are telling you you don't belong in that outfit. Then you just walk around like this. This is what's wrong. Because it's women telling women that shit. This is how we end up here. This is why they believe that shit. Men ain't saying this.
Some people need both. Don't you? If you could imagine the perfect household, don't you?
I like that.
Wouldn't you feel comfortable saying, you know what? That's gonna be my nurturer. That's gonna get my girl to believe she can. And then you're gonna be the one to tell her when she might trip and fall and what to do to get back up.
I got you. But see, this is a problem though. I don't have a problem with 2 households, relationships, and this and that. But the disconnect is women don't know what men want. Men have been saying what they want for a long time. And because women are so independent, quote unquote, they want to have it all and then dictate something that's not even in their possession, a relationship. They don't dictate the relationship, but be doing shit that doesn't make any sense. What man, I'm finna get some real hard truth, so it's finna get real ugly in this motherfucker. I don't know where these women get off thinking that some of the shit that they do, men won't. We don't want colored hair. We don't want fake eyelashes. Like, this shit is getting out of hand. I'm trying to figure out, did women have a meeting of the minds, or should I say a meeting of the dummies, just to tell men what they want? Did you hear what I just said? A woman that's 5'6", dress size 14, don't even hit gyms trying to tell a man we want that. I ain't never met no man with an abundance amount of money picking no fat woman. Period. Now you got some that if they want to choose a fat woman, right. But I'm just saying an abundance amount of money. He can have anybody. He can have any woman he want. You tell me why he choosing dress size 14.
Why is he choosing a woman with babies? He doesn't have to. He
don't got to choose that either.
Why is he choosing the girl that works at the McDonald's when he could choose the girl that has a BA and works at a law firm? Exactly. It's just, if he can choose better, why wouldn't he?
That's right.
I think that is the thing to say.
But women need to understand that, is what I'm saying. There's a lot of times where, like, I'm going to just say, like, when you talking about modern women, okay? Modern women don't go to a store and get an outfit and be like, hey, babe, you like this outfit? They get the outfit and pop up with it. And the man is supposed to say what? Babe, I got this outfit. You like it? No. You could have called me before you got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are things that go on in a relationship that's not going traditionally, you know what I'm saying, like it should. I'm being serious. Like, women be forcing shit, and I don't know. Maybe you can answer. I don't know where they get it from. A lot of men ain't asking for some of this shit. Like when I just mentioned about colored hair, there's probably women on here that's like, you know what I'm saying? What's your hair got to do with it? Last I checked, you ain't an entertainer. You should not have hair like Nicki Minaj if you ain't going to no goddamn award show. To the club? I'm trying to figure this shit out. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? And then men looking at you like, oh, Jesus Christ, look at this shit. And y'all think y'all look good. That's the fucking problem right there. You look good to your homegirls. You asking your homegirls how you look. Girl, how you think this look? Y'all having the meeting of the dummies. Instead of asking men, do you like this? And if you get some of these honest answers, y'all will stop doing some of this dumb shit.
Yeah. I will say this on behalf of the women. Men just don't say enough when we need you to say what it is that we need you to say. By the time I've gotten to the outfit without the FaceTime first, I've already tried on my whole closet, standing in front of the person while they're on the video game saying, baby, do you like this?
But guess what, though?
And you so busy looking at the video game, you haven't given me a sincere opinion. So the next time I go buy something, I'm buying what I like.
Gotcha. But would you come to the house with blue hair?
No.
Why?
Because that's something that I would definitely want to know before I dye my hair.
Exactly. There's some shit that I ain't gonna lie to you. There's some shit that men don't care about. So that situation that you talking about, that's fine. But being in the closet trying to figure out what to wear right before y'all go out is way different than making a drastic decision like hair color change. You know what I'm saying? Like cutting your hair. You know what I'm saying? Like your dude like long hair, then you come home one day with the bitch shaved.
Yeah,
like
that would...
You understand what I'm saying? Like you pop through the door before you even ask me, or even just said like, baby, I'm thinking about cutting my hair. Don't. He'll hear that. I don't give a fuck what game he on. Don't touch your hair. I like your hair. Don't touch that. I'm gonna be like Hammer. Can't touch that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you say. Name some shit he don't want change, and he gonna tell you he'll be in the middle of some shit and he gonna stop. Don't do that. Seriously.
So if he care enough, he gonna pay attention.
I mean, we quiet about a lot of shit, but not some shit that we don't want.
Right. I
Seriously.
understand.
Buy some shit we don't want. Like I understand that. I'm not a woman, so. The frustration, and I'm just going to tackle what you just said. The frustration really come from women go in the closet, you get 3 outfits. Try on all 3 outfits. You like this outfit? Yeah, babe, that one look all right. And go back in the room and come out with another one. After I just said that one look okay. What about this one? Well, what was wrong with the last one? I said I liked it that one. Nah, you forcing me again into some shit I don't want to do. This is what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. And then you give me a third option. Past the first one I gave the okay to. But if you telling me you finna cut your hair, I'm just gonna stop you there. Well, I don't need a trial and error on that. You know what I'm saying? No, don't touch your hair. I like your hair the way it is. I'm serious.
Too funny. And it's you know what? It's enlightening to hear the guy's perspective. For me, I do get dressed for my guy. So I couldn't imagine, like coming home bald or, you know what I'm saying? Not saying something first before making a major decision. But those are some of the choices that modern women do make. And we do expect that you're going to accept that, because I've heard one of my friends say, girl, I did this for me. I did that for me, girl. I don't care about a man. I'm doing this for me. I've heard that like a whole lot the past couple of years. I did it for me. My friend got her coochie pierced. And I'm like, who even does that anymore? I like coochie, but I don't want it pierced. You know what I'm saying? So my question was, does your guy like that? And the answer was, I don't know. I did it for me.
But a lot of that go on. That's what I'm talking about. A lot of those things go on, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's a major thing. Like let's just to get it into like you talking about that. So let's play devil's advocate a little bit. Your woman go get her pussy pierced, right? You her homegirl. Your man like that? I don't know. And to me,
I did it for me.
She did it for her.
What are you supposed to say to that?
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna say to it. Now we talking about respect and rights, okay? Gotcha. You reserve the right to not give a fuck about what I thought about a pussy piercing. You did it for you. I reserve the right not to eat your pussy, and we both gonna be on the flip side of reserving to respect each other's rights. You did some shit for you, and I'm gonna do some shit for me and keep my tongue to myself. Like, seriously.
Period.
Like some motherfuckers don't really think about this because it's outcomes to everything. I'm serious. I'm not even trying to be funny, but it's outcomes to everything.
Yeah. Consequences.
And consequences. So you have to remember about those type of things.
Right.
Now we had a comment on here that said, "I'm sorry you think of your gift of gab is lackluster, but I personally have shot way beyond my pay grade and hit my target often."
Wow. I like it. I like it. Now that's somebody that's confident. That's saying, hey, you know what I'm saying? I can act like I got $1 million in the bank. And I can identify with him because I've gotten myself into some pretty fantastic places because of the way that I speak. Mm-hmm. So I can identify with somebody saying, you know what, I don't know, man. I done pulled a lot of pussy with gift the gab. But I'm also
not saying you can't,
assuming that he might be perpetrating just a little bit if all you got is gift the gab and not no money in it.
I got you. But I'm gonna tell you this though. But not to not miss the point. The point is this: men are more realistically about goals they can achieve. There are times where you have women that's in star level, and then you have the ones that's a little bit underneath. They're above the $100,000 range. If you can't fly that female out, how the fuck can you get her? Gift the gab can't get that.
Ain't gonna do it. It ain't gonna do it. You gotta book the ticket, bro.
Yeah.
You got to call American Airlines. If she make $100,000, you can't even book coach.
Yeah.
That's first class.
Right, gift the gab can't get you that.
Yeah. Iggy ain't coming, bro.
That shit like
she ain't coming. She ain't coming off.
I'm not knocking it. Like
right.
a lot of men that got gift off the gab. I mean, I've got pussy off of that, but I'm just saying like
there's a dice roll.
Yeah, some women are gonna call your
bluff. Yeah.
Your gift the gab.
Yeah.
And say, fly me out somewhere. Yeah. Now, where the mouth gonna go then?
Yeah.
Yama, I'm yama.
Right.
Yama, yama, yama.
Yama, yama, yama. Now, moving on to more yama, yama, yama. We're going to talk about or ask the question, is the truth damaging? Is it damaging? Listen, I am one of those people that I want the truth, but I'm also in a position that probably I'm a more of a free thinker, a more open-minded person. Let me not use free thinker. I'm more of an open-minded person. I'm more of Al Pacino has this speech in Devil's Advocate, and he says, I'm a fan of man. And when you are a fan of man, you already know what type of mistakes and what type of hurdles and what kind of desires and temptations they come along with. I'm a fan of man. So there is nothing that my partner cannot come to me and talk about because I'm going to understand he's not perfect. He's broken. I'm broken. So we're going to do things that are traumatic to other people, maybe to each other, because we're not perfect beings. We're gonna make mistakes. I am a fan of man, okay? And so because I can say, I just want the truth. It doesn't matter, because I'm the person that's gonna say, because I'm a fan of man, I can work this out with this person. If I'm such a fan of man, getting another man means he's gonna make the same mistake. So I don't do the start over thing. I work with what the fuck I got, and we work on improving, okay? So it's easy for me to say. So I was thinking, I have a friend, she has some suspicions, so to speak. And if her suspicions were confirmed, I do not think she is in a mental or physical place to say it's over. I know the truth now, so I'm leaving. She's not going to make that decision. So then she is in her home with the truth. It would damage her. She would not respond the same to her man. She wouldn't do the same things for her man. She wouldn't accept the things that he's saying to her as sincere, because in her mind, she knows some things that he doesn't know she knows. So nothing about her living space is genuine anymore. So the truth became damaging. And I had a light bulb moment. The truth is not for everybody. And it's hard for me to say. It'd be hard for me to sit around my girlfriends and be like, y'all bitches don't need the truth. But I would only say that to them because of the space that they're in. They might not be equipped for it, especially if it's not the girl that's like, if I knew and I could confirm it, I'm telling you now, I would go. This is not that person. And so for me, my advice would be different. If you're not ready to go, if you find the truth, then fuck it. Stay in your bliss. Because I would hate to see her live damaged out loud. Like, I know the truth and I'm just here. I'm just going through the motion like a zombie every day. I would hate that. I would almost rather her have ignorance because she could be happy in that. So my answer to, if I'm asking the audience, is the truth damaging? Today, I'm going to say yes. When yesterday, I would have had a whole nother idea of how to answer that question.
What's interesting is you were sitting here talking, I was thinking to myself, when you say, is the truth damaging? And the points that you're giving are real, real good. And now I'm thinking about, because I can only speak from my perspective, about women. And the truth of the matter is, the truth isn't for everybody. Some truth is circumstantial. And sometimes in relationships, it's impossible for women not to snoop, look through phones, text messages. It's like social media type shit going on and this and that. And now I'm finna tell you something about the human being mind frame. The human being mind frame is like this. Like, something is really wrong with us. Like all of us have like this type of trauma. So when you said, like, you know, if she's not ready to leave, even though she knows the truth and she knows something that's going on, man, you probably describe like 85% of women that's in relationships right now. Like, they know some shit right now that they men don't know that they know. But I would say to them this, and this is what I say a lot of times, and this is also why men, not all, you know what I'm saying, but I'm going to just say why men don't snoop or don't look for shit. Because the only one sitting in the room crying at night is your ass. The only one that's upset and going through probably a panic attack, a stroke, tears that'll never, and you ain't gonna do shit, is your ass. And you inflicting the pain on yourself. Like, that's good to give the advice that if you ain't gonna leave, you know what I'm saying, like, why look for it?
Why?
But as human beings, we do a lot of shit like we ain't supposed to do. You know, like, that's even the situation with men. Like, I hear women say all the time, it's like, well, damn, you gonna risk your whole relationship behind some pussy? Like, you gonna go out the door and go fuck somebody? Yes, because I'm ignorant like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not talking about, you know, I ain't talking about me. I'm just saying, like, going against the laws of nature, a lot of times, there are things that have been told to us. So, I'm gonna go back again, like how we was in the first segment. You take America. America is one of these places, the land of the free, right? You know what I'm saying? But there's some shit here that laws tend to tell motherfuckers, and they believe that this is how it go. And this is the biggest problem with women. Women think they enough for a man. Because we're going to talk about truth. Now, if you can eat your favorite food for $3.75, that's cool. I don't know most men that can. I love shrimp. I love seafood. I don't want that shit every day. And I love pussy. Not your pussy, just pussy in general. And I don't want your shit every day. You go to other countries, motherfuckers be having like 12 wives, 4 girlfriends. Akon came to this country. I just looked at this shit the other day. They had like, I can't even think of what show they was on. You had 1 woman in there, 2 men. The man in there. His girlfriend is on a reality show. They said wife, and the wife corrected them and said, no, that's his girlfriend. And he looked as shocked. But I'm like, what the fuck are you shocked for? But he's shocked because America teaches you to be with one man, one woman. He's from Africa.
Yeah.
And this is the women that get this concept in America that I should be enough. In a fairy tale, I would say, maybe so. But I could also tell you that the same shit that women don't like about their man, like, you know, there has to be something about, you can look over at your man like, I don't like this. I wish it was something that, you know, I wish he wouldn't drink as much. I wish he wouldn't, you know, do whatever. And the same shit men do. I wish you wouldn't talk as much. I wish you would ask me less shit. Everybody has something that they want. You see what I'm saying? And men ain't the only one to cheat. You know, women cheat because of that too. It's something that's lacking from the man that they get. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. So when you're talking about truth, we don't even really deal with our own truth a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Like, we going by some shit that's like told to us. That's just what I call going against the laws of nature. Mm-hmm. And that happens a lot. Now, there are some people who can handle truth. You have NBA players who have wives, rich motherfuckers who have wives, and these wives know there's no fucking way on earth this man got this amount of money
and not another pussy in another country,
and not some more pussy around. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now, they might not like it,
right?
But you can't have everything, women. You can't have everything. You can't be funding your lifestyle and you getting some shit and just feel like, well, this lifestyle should just come to me. Like, that sounds good in an imaginary world. But he make too much money, have too much options, and too much things going on. Is it fair? No, but we also live in a world that ain't fair.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, is it fair that there's motherfuckers out here making more money than me? No. You see what I'm saying? But it happens. Is it fair that a white man can probably get a job before I get the job and we have the same qualifications? No. But does it happen? Yeah.
All the time.
So we living in this world where even if she knows the truth, can she handle the truth?
I think it's more damaging, you know, and it's a strange side of the fence for me to be on because I'm an advocate of the truth, but I also had to consider the source and I had to consider the person who is receiving the information. I have to consider the people involved because everybody can't take it. It forces you to, it's the same as this. This will bring it full circle for me. Had I told people that I was being abused, I would have been forced to make a decision. I would have been forced to do what people think you should do when you're being hit. Leave. I wasn't ready to leave him. And so I wasn't going to put myself in a position to be judged for staying. So I just didn't tell anybody.
Gotcha. So you didn't want people to know your truth.
Exactly. And it damaged me.
And now you need therapy. And have you been to therapy?
I have not yet, but I'm working on it.
That's right. And now, but the problem is because you got damaged, now you asking your next person to deal with the damage that's being done that you got fucked up by. You get what I'm saying? And that ain't fair. And a lot of times, that's what I'm talking about as far as like people with truth. It's even like that for men a lot of times. Men don't want to know the truth sometimes. Like, there are certain men who, that's at different ages, go through different things. So you have a 20-year-old find out his woman cheating, right? He might get upset, be mad, probably beat her ass, smack the shit out of a whole nine. Then you could take someone who's like 40, 45, find out his wife cheating. His reaction isn't the same. He knows the truth, but he can kill himself. He be in depression, have a stroke, a heart attack, kill everybody in the fucking house.
That goes on a lot now in the world we live in.
Yeah, that's truth for your ass.
Yeah.
Because this is the type of shit, and the crazy shit about it is the woman that's cheating don't know that. Don't know that's where he at mentally.
No.
She has
no clue.
You out there having a good old time and he know the truth. And then finally, say, you know what? Fuck this shit. Anybody ever seen Boogie Nights? That's what happened.
Yep.
The motherfucker kept seeing his wife getting cheated on, a girlfriend or whatever it was.
She wasn't cheating. She was a fucking porn star, wasn't she?
Well, whatever.
You just couldn't take it.
But she was fucking.
Yeah.
But look at the end results. Like I said, come in there and kill everybody. Killed her ass and killed his ass too.
Yep.
And killed himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is some truth for your ass.
It is. It really is. It's scary.
So could it be damaging?
But isn't it weird though that we're sitting here now after years upon years of just talking about how much truth we need? We are sitting here talking about how it might be safer in the world we live in just to keep that shit to yourself. Don't go looking for it. Don't talk about it. Don't tell it. And that's really weird. It's really, really weird. For me, a good communicator and someone who's an open thinker and someone who has a very sincere heart, it's not comfortable having a conversation about possibly omitting the truth from certain people.
But I'm a firm believer of, for me, I'm a firm believer of be careful what you ask me. Because I don't have a problem telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also a person who don't really care about tears, you crying, your feelings being hurt, and those type of things. So if you ask me if I'm cheating and I tell you yeah, that's just me telling you. Now, you asked to be put in that situation. Not me. I ain't volunteer the information, but you ask me, I'll tell you. You know, like a lot of times I tell women like, Shay, you don't got to go through all this fucking FBI agent type shit.
Just ask.
You know what I'm saying? You can just ask me. You know what I'm saying? You'll get the stone truth. But a lot of times, even when women get the stone truth, they be sitting, they'll cry, they self to sleep, go to their homegirl house, their mama house, their sister house, whatever the case may be, and end up right back in their house.
Yeah.
Mad. You
so
know what I'm saying?
that's where I say it's damaging because what
would you
was
want
the
to know
outcome of all the? That's what for me.
But would you want to know the truth or not know the truth in a scenario like that?
This is the thing. I have found some shit before in a relationship, and the whole day sad, mad,
there you go.
Can't eat, gassy, throwing up, upset. I mean, I'm like going the fuck through it.
You sound like you had COVID.
Okay? Or PMS. But it was happening, physically sick, okay? And then the next day, I was back to cooking dinner, having the best sex, riding down the damn highway with my hair blowing in the wind and my hand out the fucking window. And for me, I think about those moments and I'm like, well, damn, I wasted a whole 24 hours. And what kind of damage did I do to my body in that 24 hours when I was shaking and throwing up and not eating and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And it makes me angry with myself. Because if I'm going to hurt my body and I'm going to do that type of trauma to it in that hurt, then I need to be proactive to do something about it so it doesn't happen again. So it makes me angry at me because I damaged myself in those 24 hours. And then turn right back around and act like nothing happened.
Yeah, and you should be, because I see that a lot. Like for me, when we very first started doing the show, I used to get criticized, especially by you, when you used to say, hey, some shit going on in your relationship, what you gonna do? Leave. Because the most important thing to me is my fucking peace of mind and sanity. I refuse to be in a relationship where I'm unhappy. It's just not worth it to me. You know what I'm saying? It's too many women out here and I got one life. This ain't like no video game. Like I don't have like a chance to fucking die and then come back, and do a re-over like I'm playing Super Mario Brothers or some shit like that. Like it don't happen like that. I got one life to live. And I'm not finna be in the house with a motherfucker I'm angry with, making me miserable, making me angry. Like I need a peace of mind. And that's the only thing that I'm looking for. And I would say that to men, and I would say that to women. There's a lot of women that be upset, and you're right. At the end of the day, they're not they best self no more. Cause really, you start doing shit that you normally wouldn't do.
Because you don't feel appreciated. Okay, you find out he's cheating, and then you. But
why stay there?
Because because to not stay there is another big fucking decision. It's huge. I mean, come on. Let's not even fuck if you're married. If you've been in a good 4 or 5 year relationship, you're invested.
Gotcha. But is that worth your sanity though? That's the problem.
Okay, but what type of hurt would it be if? Okay, listen. I want you to take a fragile person.
Gotcha.
How bad would it hurt for the motherfucker to pack the shit and leave that day? it doesn't fix the fact that he cheated. Now, not only did he cheat, but he also abandoned you. Not only are you dealing with the fact that he fucked someone else, but now the motherfucker has gone, and now my whole life is flipped upside down. So not only am I thinking about the pussy you got, but now I'm thinking about I'm not sleeping in the bed with you tonight. I'm wondering where the fuck you sleeping. I gotta go to work tomorrow and do my job with a broken heart. These are all things that we think about when we're thinking about breaking up. We're thinking about the pain of breaking up. Breaking up is just as bad as an addict saying, I'm going to quit today. They are thinking about that fucking, what do they call that thing? When you're detoxing, they don't use detox. They use another word. Withdrawal. They think about the withdrawal period. Yes, it's great on the other side when I'm sober and I feel great and my body's healing. But with the fucking withdrawal part will make a motherfucker use no matter how bad he don't want to. That is the same thing we're feeling when we know it's time to quit. It's time to leave. But that portion of space that we have where we're alone and heartbroken and not being loved is scary. And that's just the truth of it.
Gotcha. The reality of it is this. At the end of the day, and I learned this because I boxed, the only person in your way is you a lot of times. I understand the whole thing about being with somebody, people wanting to belong. You want to belong somewhere. You want companionship. You get that. But it's a cost to that. And the cost to me is not worth my sanity. You know, you talking about investment. Got that. I was in a 5-year relationship. She cheated. In that 5-year relationship, I didn't give 2 fucks about that 5 years because that shit ended right there at that point in time when she cheated. You give someone an inch, all they do is take a yard. So this is what I'm going to tell women. The only thing you showing your mate is what he can do. Period. That's how abuse starts. It starts with yelling and they push the envelope. This is the thing about people. You give them an inch, they take a yard. It starts with yelling. It starts with a slap. It starts with getting your ass beat. And before you know it, you're in a full-fledged abusive relationship. What message would I have been sending to her that it's okay for her to go out and fuck another guy? Oh, we're 5 years in and oh my God, I'm fucking invested. No, bitch. No. If you don't care about the relationship, I don't care about the relationship. As far as like what goes after that, the number one problem with women, men in relationships is you have to go get help. Like, that's the problem. Trying to self-heal yourself don't work. Yeah, you might have been in an 11-year relationship, but you know how many times, like, and I give women a ton of credit, before you got to the relationship you in now, how many motherfuckers you had before that? How many heartbreaks you had before that? You didn't die then, you ain't gonna die now. Period. I'm not gonna lose. I'm gonna be heartbroken. I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna ask the questions like, why? But at the end of the day, none of that shit matters. Because if I continue to go on in this relationship, the only thing I'm showing her is, well, he cheated. I cheated on him and he stayed. And that's the only thing that you showing them. When he cheat on you, or if she cheat on you, and you stay, it's going to continue to go on and go on and go on. And guess what you're doing after that? You wasting more time. Because when you get the strength to leave finally, 11 years later,
you got kids, you have trauma, you have scars.
You see what I'm saying?
You have baggage.
Like, you could have been really to the person you was really supposed to be with instead of wasting your time on that shit. That's why I got out that relationship. I'm not finna be in a relationship that has a dead end in it. We don't go down streets that have a dead end, so why you in a relationship that got one?
Dead end. Hey. Man, if I had a tambourine.
Like, that's just the reality of it. I know it hurt, but life ain't supposed to be easy. If that was the case, everybody be rich. You know what I'm saying? Everybody be doing what they want to do. But life isn't set up that way. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit is scary out here. But we born in this world alone. We die alone. And in the middle of everything that go on, we in seasons. And people come in and out your life for a season. Everything ain't forever.
Yeah.
You know,
everything isn't forever. But I know one thing it is, and that's relations. And we're now at the tap-in portion of the show. I had a girls' weekend, and I had a fantastic time. But it was just 3 of us. One of us is single. One of us is married. And one of us has a boyfriend. It occurred to me that not only was my married friends allowing men to buy her drinks, but so was the friend that had a boyfriend. And I was the only one that really wasn't getting the attention. And so my question for you guys is it petty for me to feel like my friends should swim in their own pond and get out of mine?
Might not like what I'm about to say, but there's gonna be some truth. What pond are you talking about? It would be my very first question. And what I mean by that is this. Because some people get this shit twisted, you know what I'm saying? So this is stone cold truth because women lie to themselves. I mean, and I've talked about this a few minutes ago. And I'm going to tell you why this is, I'm going to tell you why. Does this matter? I'm going to tell you why. You got a married woman, right? And you have one that have a boyfriend. And then you have a single. Now, I'm not saying you single for a reason, but it could be. So, for me, when I'm out and about and I'm about to buy a woman a drink, I've been in that scenario. I go to the woman, hey, let me buy you a drink, this and that. I find her attractive. She says, I'm married. I skip over to her friend. Let me get you a drink, this and that. This is a double-edged sword is what I'm calling this. Hey, you just hollered at my friend. Why you trying to buy me a drink? Because she married. Why I'm wasting my time now? You see what I'm saying? Nah, this person is asking that question. And my question to her is, the pond you talking about doesn't necessarily guarantee you the drinks. How do you look? Are you size 14? You know what I'm saying?
You in this 14 thing.
Are you heavy? Well, what I'm saying is like a lot of times I notice this about women. You know what I'm saying? And because she asks was y'all petty. And this is why I'm saying this. This is why this matters.
She's asking if she's petty for feeling this way.
But I'm going to tell you why I probably feel like it is. I'm not sure because you don't have the picture. But what I'm going to say is this. When women travel out, I'm serious. When women travel out, women are petty to the point that they always want to look the best in the group. And women know, just like men know, they stature how they are in groups. There's always one that's ugly. They got the cute friend. They had the one that's mediocre. You mad at the woman that's married that look good and you size 14. You wasn't going to get a drink bought anyway. Like, did you hear what I said before then? Because her friend looked good. That's the reason I went from the married friend to her. But if she looked at 14, size 14, unattractive, something I really don't want, it wouldn't have mattered anyway because I'd have skipped over her to the next person. So you can be petty all you want to. You know what I'm saying? But I'm quite sure y'all level and y'all pond ain't the same because women normally don't travel. It's real rare that you see like all the women on the same levels when I see women travel out. You know what I'm saying? Like that typically don't happen. It's like you have like one that look good, one that you be like, yeah, I'll fuck, and then one you be like, hell, how in the fuck they made it in the group? But y'all do that to women. Y'all don't tell women that, girl, you shouldn't even wear that outfit. Y'all convincing them, lying and shit. You know what I'm saying? You look good in that outfit, girl. You wearing that shit. No, you not. You look like a sack. You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't right. And then you mad because a motherfucker don't want to buy you a drink. Like, we all know it's laws of attraction. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just being real. Your pettiness says something about you.
Yeah.
You know where you stand with your homegirls.
Right. Okay, but I'm going to play devil's advocate. Because I looked at this a little bit different. Okay. And it's interesting that she made sure it was clear. Mm-hmm. It was just 3 of us. Mm-hmm. One single, one married, one has a boyfriend. Mm-hmm. So she's trying to make it clear now that only one person out of 3 is actually available. Mm-hmm. So it's like, if you are a woman, then you know the conversation that we've had before. It's limited available men out here. Mm-hmm. It's not a lot for us to choose from. So we're out. You're going home to your man to get fucked. Gotcha. You going home to your man to get fucked. Gotcha. You know I'm here. Mm-hmm. I'm single. I'm the one that needs that drink. Mm-hmm. So she's asking, should she have this conversation with her girls? You guys are taken. So what is the whole use? Why are you even entertaining these men instead of just saying I'm married, or just, allowing me to shine in my moment, because you guys are doing it practically for nothing other than the drink. I'm here because I'm actually trying to meet people who are available, and they are too. They're asking you to buy you a drink because they want to know if you're available. So why are you making yourself available when you're not, and the person that is available you're in the way of?
But it don't go by default. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing that you mentioned, and that's why I told that story in the beginning, because I wanted to show you that it's like a damn if you do, damn if you don't. 2 attractive women, one married, but I asked one to buy a drink. She married. I skipped over her, went to a friend, and I was immediately met with, you talked to my friend, but you know this bitch married? You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that information. So I'm getting penalized because I tried to talk to your friend and your friend is unavailable. You see what I'm saying? Which got me.
You got a technical foul because you tried to talk to my friend first.
Gotcha. You see what I'm saying? Now we bring it to your friend. If you don't want that to happen to you, don't go out with them. If you looking for your knight in shining armor, why you bringing competition? That's what I'm saying. Like, if I know I'm trying to get some pussy, I ain't bringing my homeboy. Fuck, I'm trying to knock myself out the box. You trying to get a man? Go out by yourself.
You heard it here on Episode of Relations. We're here every single Friday, guys. Make sure you tune in. You can find me on IG and Twitter at Kane Lassiter.
You can find me on both platforms, Twitter and IG under 51 Spade. I want to thank everybody for joining on Podbean. You can catch us on YouTube, Spotify, anywhere you can catch us. Go ahead, like and subscribe, and hit that like button. And you looking for the shirt? Almost forgot. Go to IG. It's Alpha Male God Creations